what is sacred geometry for anybody who doesn't understand what it is?
So, in a simplified form, we could say that sacred geometry is the study of the patterns behind everything in creation, and then that includes all types of very high-level sacred initiation knowledge from traditions all over the world, which were guardians of particular parts of that knowledge. And we can also look at what's going on in modern technology and science and see the patterns that they've found. Many of those patterns are in fact rediscoveries of patterns that were known in the ancient world, but were known in a much more sacred and holistic context than how they've been rediscovered today. So things such as the Platonic solids, which people often think of when they think of sacred geometry, those patterns have been rediscovered in all kinds of aspects of modern chemistry, etc., but they have no frame of reference for them. In the ancient world, these same patterns were already known and taught thousands of years ago in spiritual traditions around the world. Sacred geometry itself is somewhat of a more modern term. It didn't necessarily have a term of that kind in the ancient world. It was simply the understanding that different traditions had of the spiritual or energetic patterns behind everything in creation. And so in the Western world, we tend to go back to certain references that are in the Egyptian tradition and then into the Greek tradition. The Greeks were really the foundation for the Western world being highly precise about patterns that we think of as sacred geometry today. And of course, in the East, there's all kinds of amazing observations and knowledge that's held in the Indian tradition, the Chinese tradition, etc. But sacred geometry is looking at the patterns behind everything in existence with the understanding that it was brought about through the tremendous effort of all types of higher realities and has a great significance for who we are, why we're here, and for every person's own spiritual journey.